Dozens of Kosovars returned to Pristina earlier than planned. They illegally migrated to Germany and now they've been sent home. An estimated 50 to 100,000 people left Kosovo between last December and this February. Then the deportations from Germany began.
We took the bus to Hungary, and from there we went on to Germany.
If you had the chance, would you go again?
No, I wouldn't like to go again.
Gafurr Kabashi had been living in Ingolstadt for more than a year and a half, together with his wife and children, before his asylum request was rejected. He wants to return to Germany if he can.
Yes, I will go there again. I was in Germany for 1 year and 8 months. They were good to us. The conditions were good, but the moment came and they sent us back.
It could be a long while before Gafurr again touches German soil. He's now living in his father's house in a village around 60 kilometers from Pristina. 12 people in total live in the house, only one of whom is employed. Gafurr left Kosovo because of the lack of economic prospects. He and his wife spent 1,700 euros getting to Germany. That included 300 euros for a human trafficker, who helped them cross the border from Serbia into Hungary on foot. There they were detained by police and spent several days in a refugee camp.
Life was very hard in that Hungarian camp. We had to leave because people there were beating each other. There were cases of people being killed there. Some black people were killed. We had to leave Hungary for Germany because our lives were in danger.
Back on home soil, the family may be safer, but Gafurr says the future looks bleak and he has little hope of making a living.
The future, catastrophic. No money, no wages, no work. And the children want to eat. This is very bad.
A few kilometers away, school children visit the Pestova Potato and Crisp Company. It's one of Kosovo's most successful firms and employs around 150 people. But Pestova's owner says the company has felt the impact of mass emigration.
From our company, there were 8 workers who left, but 2 of them came back. I think that there were many reasons for this migration, but the main reason is that they were manipulated by people who told them there was a paradise in the West.
The effect of tens of thousands of people leaving in just a few months has rippled through Kosovo's economy. Many Kosovars set off on their journeys to Western Europe from the city of Vushtrī. Naim is a hairdresser there.
Because of migration, I lost a lot of clients. Now I have 30% fewer clients than before.
Kosovo only declared its independence 7 years ago, following a bloody war against Serbian troops. The country's struggling economy, coupled with unrealistic visions of life in the West, has contributed to the wave of migration, according to this journalist.
I spoke with a lot of those people who were leaving Kosovo, and what they told me is that they are looking for a better life. But they have no idea how to achieve this better life in European Union because they have never been there. We've been kept here isolated from the rest of Europe. Therefore, among Kosovars, Schengen area or Schengen regime is looked upon as something that blocks them from entering into European Union countries, mainly into European Union countries. And that's really sad. I feel humiliated that I have to present tons of documents and go and wait in front of embassies endlessly to get a visa. And there is no guarantee that I will get a visa in the first place.
Euronews takes a bus ride from Kosovo to Subotica in Serbia, the common route for migrants. The town is only around 10 kilometers from the EU border. It's seen a huge wave of migrants throughout the last 3 to 4 years. They come from Kosovo and also from further afield, Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq. Naji Issa is a Yazidi who fled the violence in his homeland as ISIL militants advanced through the country. He's heading to Germany to apply for political asylum there. The most difficult part of his journey so far was getting from Iraq to Bulgaria.
I spent 2 days in a forest in Bulgaria. I had no water and no food. There were police checkpoints. We could not move. But when the police lifted the barriers, I continued on my way, and after 2 days I found myself in Serbia. We came to this building, and tonight we will go to Hungary, then to Austria, and on to Germany.
Helping illegal migrants is against the law in Serbia. But Tibor Varga takes the risk and visits this camp every day. He brings food and water and sometimes organizes medical assistance as well. Tibor says only the poorest stay here. The wealthier migrants pay for private rooms and have traffickers to help them along their way.
Those who cross the border in an organized way usually do not come here. Usually the people who stay here or come here don't have money or connections, or they had some connections, meaning traffickers, but they lost them, so they wait here.
Just a few kilometers from that shelter, a tiny river marks the European Union's external border. Fresh footprints show the paths taken by people desperate to enter the EU. This is the area where Hungarian police make most of their arrests. Throughout February, hundreds of people tried to cross here every day. A record 1,700 were detained by police on one day alone. Farmer Imre Karomi says last month people were still coming in droves.
There were days when they came in large numbers. At that time, the police were already waiting for them. They were in groups, 35 to 70 people usually. When the dogs started to bark, we knew that a group was coming.
Imre says it's important that the Hungarian authorities stop the migrants coming in.
We should not let them in. If they have crossed the border, they should be turned back to where they came from.
Under EU regulations, migrants can move freely inside the country of arrival once they request asylum there.
These people, after being detained, usually they want to file for asylum in Hungary. After that, we need to hand them over to the immigration office. So after this, the migrants can move freely inside the country. Many of them use this time to travel to Western Europe via the inner borders.
Hungary and Germany are looking at stricter regulations for asylum seekers, but any changes will have to be agreed at EU level.